So it's been a while since I really made a video, and I kind of stopped. I don't know why. Just felt like it wasn't. Maybe I wasn't affecting anyone. Maybe I just ran out of what to say. But lately, it's been pulling my heart. Like God's been really pulling at me to speak again. A couple years ago, I don't know if you know the story. He pulled at me to speak. I was working out one morning, and I heard his voice. And the only thing it said was speak. So that day, that morning, I just made a video. I think it's one of my first ones on YouTube, and I spoke. And from then, I did, some Instagram stories. I did some YouTube videos, and I don't know. I think I just kind of felt like I just felt like I wasn't making an impact. For who am I to speak, to give any kind of advice when I don't feel like I'm at that level in my life. And I think it's not where I want to be. I think it's where God wants me to be. And you know, He called the unqualified, and I feel like that's been coming to my mind, that I'm the unqualified. It's like I see a lot of these coaches and mentors and inspirational speakers, and sometimes I know who they are, and I'm like, not to judge, but I'm like, who are they to tell us what to do, when I know their personal life story of they're not where they should be. And that's how I felt. Like I'm not where I should be, or I'm not qualified to speak and just give out advice. But past few weeks, it's been pulling at me where God's been just telling me to speak, but I just kind of pushed it down, and I spoke to my wife about it, and she says God's gonna call you to speak when He tells you to speak, and it doesn't matter where you are, because she knows that I'm trying to get to a financial level in my life in order to speak, because I can't tell someone what to do with their finances if I'm not where I am, or I can't tell someone to go somewhere with their health if I'm not there. So who am I to speak? But then maybe a week or two, my friend reached out to me and just said God told her to tell me that I should tell my story, that I should tell what I have to say and for God to use me. And it's like I wasn't even telling her about what I was going through, but all of a sudden she tells me that God told her to tell me that I need to tell my story, that I need to speak. And I think he's told her 2 to 3 times already, because I wasn't moving, and I think it's time to at least start somewhere. So I really don't know where I'm going with this video, but I just feel like at least I should start somewhere again, and to speak somewhere, to say something. And this is where I am now. And it's funny because, not funny, but like 2 Sundays ago, I got baptized. I got re-baptized. I was baptized when Joshua was born, but with like it was like a simple baptism where sprinkle on the head. And I always felt like I needed to get baptized, like really baptized, like the full bath experience, the full ocean experience. But I wasn't ready as well. I don't think I was ready, but I don't think you'll ever be ready like you should be ready, or you want to be ready. But I felt like I wasn't ready spiritually. I wasn't ready inside. But over the years, I've been growing slowly, and I've been growing in my faith more and more. And opportunity came up where a baptism was being done at the church that I'm currently going to. So it was a last minute thing. I text the pastor. Pastor said I'm good to go. So I showed up that morning, that day, with getting ready to be baptized, and it was really a thanks to one of our church friends there that was telling me about her husband getting rebaptized. Excuse me. But now that I was baptized, I think like shortly around that time when I was baptized, or yeah, I think that's when my friend reached out to me saying that God told her to tell me to speak. And this is a friend that I knew from eighth grade. So we've been good friends and we're really close friends. And she tells me a lot of stuff about God and what God speaks to her. And it was just, I think it's God can't get at me because I'm not listening to him. And even though he's pulling my heart, but so he reaches out to my friend who has to reach out to me. So this is where I'm at. This is my video, and I'm just gonna see where it goes. But like I said, I don't think I was ready to speak. I don't think anyone is ready. I think that God just calls you when he wants to use you. And not this week, the past week's sermon from Southeast Christian Church, just listen to it. I think that really, started to move me forward as well. So if you YouTube or podcast Southeast Christian Church, start from not this past Sunday, the one yesterday, but the one before, which would be February 16th. I was looking at the calendar. Look at February 16th podcast, Southeast Christian Church with Kyle Eidemann. It speaks to you, and I think it was speaking to me at that time when I was just not listening to what God was calling me. I feel like lately, it's about finding your purpose in your life for me. And I'm be turning 51 this year. But you feel like, you're 51. Is it just about the 9 to 5, the rat race, the, check in, clock out? Is it all about that, or are we doing not what we're supposed to be doing, and God has more of a purpose for you? I believe that God created everyone with a purpose, but because of free will, we tend to veer off of that purpose that God had intended for you or created you to be. But free will makes you do things that doesn't align with what God has planned for you. I mean, God doesn't create people to become drug addicts. God doesn't create people to be murderers or to be alcoholics or terrible parents. I think it's just the free will that God gave us. And when Adam and Eve, when they ate the apple, I think that's when humanity fell, and sin was there. But I believe that we all have a purpose. We all have that purpose in life that God created us to be, and that's what I'm seeking. It's not about money right now, though it is a little bit, because you still have to take care of your family. You still have to provide, and if you don't have money, how are you going to help others? But I just feel like there's a deeper calling these days for me that it's not about this 9 to 5, 9 to whatever, the daily grind. There's got to be more, and that's what I'm searching for. And I hope that I find it, and I hope that you guys find your purpose if you guys are searching too. And maybe we're on this journey together. Maybe we're sitting at the table together to understand each other's story. But this is where I am today, and we will see where God continues to move me, move you. So this is the first part of the video, or first beginning of another season of my life where I'm moving and I'm trying to be obedient to God. So let's see where this goes, and I appreciate you listening to this video, watching this video, taking your 11 or 12 minutes out of your day to do so. Thank you, and I appreciate you, and let's see where we go. Have a good one, everyone. Peace out. This is good.